Yo, yo, yo. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. Welcome back. Hope everyone had a great weekend as well. It's Dummynation Day, my friends. We're going to be playing a run-through of Dummynation. See how far we can get. Let's check out which video we are doing today, or which country we are doing today. Pop over to the old video. Kind of fun to do this reveal with you guys. Oh, frick. Hold on. Hold on. The nation... I was gonna have you guys look at it together, but then dude, what happened? Hold on, give me a minute. There's the comments. Looks like we are going to be doing South Korea. Have we already done South Korea though, is the question. I feel like we've done... No, we did North Korea. We haven't done South Korea. I mean, there's a really easy way to check this. South. Nope, we haven't done South Korea, so that is a good pick. Let's go. Plays the ocean for real, for real. True, dude, true. We would start out like already having so much of the land, dude. We would be unstoppable. Wait till we get the octopuses on our side. We'll sink all trade, dude. We'll get them humpbacks to just ram. I don't know. Do you think a blue whale could take down like a one of those like industrial cargo ships? Do you think that's possible? No face cam? Yeah, no face cams for Dummynation Day. Just because we turned this into a recording. It's Tuesday already. It's Tuesday, my dudes. Get the shark military for real, for real. Yeah, I mean, like, imagine trying to fight the ocean. Like, where do you even bomb, my guy? I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. It'd just be like, you know, it kind of come to a standstill. Because, you know, the ocean couldn't go on the land, and land could kind of go in the ocean, but not in like substantial enough numbers. No, I only take nation recommendations from video comments. We don't take them from live comments. Otherwise, the chat would just evolve into a screaming match of people saying, play this country. So thank you for that. But I believe even when you had to join the chat, you had to acknowledge that is a rule. So just to be a little bit respectful about that. I have a feeling island country could be easily taken from the ocean. I mean, it would definitely be cut off, but like, what would you take? Because like, what would you occupy? So, have you done Algeria? I believe I have. I mean, we can check it. Nope, haven't done Algeria. There's a really easy way you can look at it though. You can just look at the playlist and just quickly scroll through the countries. Yeah, just check the playlist. I organized them all of them. Almost all of them have flags on the top of them, and the ones that don't have like the name of the country in them, so it's pretty easy to just kind of sort by. But South Korea will be our game to go. We have definitely done multi, I know that. All right, let's go ahead and get started though. No time like the present. Hit the recording button. Brothers, welcome back to Dummynation. Today we're going to be playing as the most upvoted country from the last video, which was South Korea. Now, South Korea starts off as an easy country just because of our GDP being very high. We're already the 12th best GDP, 29th in population, 33 in GDP per capita, 5th in military power, and 5th in military defense. We do have a lovely little military for ourselves. Now, the only thing that we could do to make this better is obviously go after and attacking our GDP per capita and population. GDP is not going to be a big concern of ours to start off with. Now, we are a democracy, and we're going to go ahead and lower military service. Apply that. Also like to take a quick look. We are almost friends with the United States, but not technically friends with the United States. We could buy a cheap alliance with China and have that. That might be worthwhile to do. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that just to get our economy a little bit higher up. Exchange rate is fine. Speaking of economy, while we're here, let's go ahead and adjust the social spending down. Ooh, we'll bring it like right there. R&D, we're going to bring up military spending. We'll bring up, and liquidity bring up. Ooh, that's a little bit tough. I think that's fine. I'd like to get to 2%. Yeah, 2% seems good growth-wise. Military service is down, correct, good. let's go ahead, and since we are such an advanced GDP country, I think it might be worthwhile going into military and getting drones. Now, we need 15 points for that, so I believe we can buy this and then get the 15. Oh, we needed 27 points. Ah, okay, you got me there. We'll get robotics at the very least. I'm not too concerned about drones. If we can get another... Nope, we can't quite afford another level discount. So what we will do is we will invest in a order of tanks, and then an order of drones, and then honestly, I think we get another order of tanks, and then we get some rocket artillery just for that little bit extra firepower there. We could also potentially get some planes, but you know what, let's get a little bit of planes to start off with there. Let's also go ahead and start producing, because we are at the rare chance of being able, you know, in the top 20 is a great mark to be in for producing. So we can start right there, start production, and then let's take our army and look for a good target. I'm looking at Papua New Guinea in terms of population, and honestly, I think we take our army down there. We'll try and stay in mostly Eastern Asia, just for kind of role play. No need to go to Africa when we have great targets that are very similar in Papua New Guinea. So let's head down straight to Papua New Guinea and get this started. Yeah, no territorial today. Territorial is Wednesdays through Saturdays. Today is Dummynation Day. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started here. They do not have much more than a militia to kind of stand in our way. So being the first over here does mean we will get a big chunk of their population, which will help us out in terms of kind of our overarching cost and replacing our soldiers. I believe our army's big enough to go ahead and split. So let's go ahead and do that. A little bit of dividing and conquering. They did assemble a military, but it was just gunners, so it really shouldn't do much. Our reservists are actually doing a little bit of work for themselves, jumping into this fight. So nice to have some military power right off the bat. It's been a while since we've had any country that's even had a semblance of military power, and we have a lot more on the way. So these targets are nice to get down right now, but we'll definitely get better as we continue onwards. Who is North Korea allied to? China. We could definitely get them, but they're a little bit more militarized, so it's easy to go after the small fish first and then worry about the bigger guys later. Like the ones who will put up a fight just never should be someone you fight first. Did someone grab that? The Netherlands did. That's unfortunate. Okay, lovely for us. We are done here. Unfortunately, Brunei is taken, but I would like to jump in and potentially grab Myanmar if China's going to fight that. Maybe Cambodia, but Myanmar is a little bit better of a prize as the 29th best population, where Cambodia is 72. So they're going to be a little bit more of a fight, but maybe we jump in here to Cambodia, who's a little bit on the easier side, and wait for China to exhaust Myanmar's military. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's start a war with Cambodia. China's also over here, but we have the advantage on troops, which means we'll get the advantage on the expansion. We should grab all of Cambodia. Lovely, and that is Cambodia done. How is Myanmar looking? Still relatively strong. We do have our military kind of still in production. The drones will take a while. We do have another... Ooh, we could potentially invade North Korea, who's China's already attacked, so I definitely think we should go home and finish up the Korean peninsula for ourselves. That seems like a lovely little target. They don't have a tremendous amount of population or really anything worthwhile. If it wasn't also a Korea, I don't think I'd go for it, but they are our neighbor and we should grab them. So let's go ahead and finish up North Korea here. Russia has declared war on us, but they're pretty easy to buy off, and that should be the swan song for North Korea as we quickly kind of roll through them. Freaking Netherlands is over here, though. A bunch of people are over here. I hate that. At least we got everything. That's good. A lot of people were coming over to feast, but we were able to hold them off. Myanmar still holding strong with their military. Bangladesh would also be a potential target, but not for right now. Definitely want to make sure that as we kind of do these attacks, we're rolling through people. We're never contending in early battles. We want to only fight people that we have a strong advantage over and never really pick a fair fight. North Korea's extremely low GDP per capita. True. So with that opening salvo of moves, we have stayed where our GDP is, but population's gone up to 18th and GDP per capita has fallen to 50, which is fantastic. I do think this is kind of the moment we need to move our military over to Myanmar, as it looks like China is threatening them, and they're down to 3 million. I was kind of hoping I could wait for a few more of my troops, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. I want to be able to jump in here at the right moment, so we'll at least park our military over by Myanmar. Not exactly going to commit to going into them quite yet. We'll see if China wants to drop another attack in before we do, but we want to be in position if that does happen. Cambodia is another one I usually ignore as it doesn't have much GDP compared to Africa. Yeah, I went into Cambodia just for the sake that it was in Asia. I'm trying to avoid always doing the same opening moves of like, let's get Africa first, even though it is a good play. All right, that's Myanmar's army decimated. So let's go ahead and launch an attack in here. They're down to 1 million troops, and I think that's kind of the mark that we need to jump in on so that we don't get left behind. They do have a little bit of reservists, but nothing too substantial. China's army is also standing by, firing at their capital. So we might not grab all of Myanmar, but we will have an easier fight because China's armies are here. All right, and that is Myanmar done. So we end up being the 14th biggest population. GDP per capita has gone further down in the right direction. Iran has fallen. Let's just take a look at the board, make sure we're not missing anything major, like Turkey, I don't know, taking over France. What happened over here? My goodness. The Europeans have really kind of gone wild. I want to see how many friends both you and Italy have, as both you should be on a little bit of the weaker side. Yeah, lots of friends all around, unfortunately. So that looks like kind of the end of our road there. Let's go home. Continue finishing up recruiting the rest of our troops. We'll start with our production again. We should be able to... Ooh, it's a little bit more expensive now. Lower these a little bit. But we'll look for a good target to kind of take advantage of. Like Saudi Arabia would be fantastic. It is part of the gigantic alliance in North Africa, but we should be fine for that. Let's go ahead and grab everyone and let's just head over there as we'll start production on our troops. Saudi Arabia will add a nice little chunk of change to our GDP as they're the 18th best and pretty easy target right now. So hopefully we can get over there in time. Bro, look at the top of Iraq. Declared war to Honduras. Nice. I'm glad the Honduran threat is finally being dealt with. Alrighty, we are now over here. Let's go ahead and fight down Saudi Arabia, who has attacked Bahrain and Qatar. I don't know how much of the Arab League will jump to Saudi Arabia's defense. Jordan has, Algeria has, Kuwait has. It's not Jordan and Algeria especially out of this fight. I will fight Kuwait because I do kind of want to knock them down. And anybody else join in? Nope, that's it. Just those two. So we should be able to kind of roll through Saudi Arabia here, as we just have a substantial amount of troops. How is our ammunition shortage? Very good. Let's go ahead and split this army. I do think we're a little bit small to be splitting, but I do kind of want to get off to a good start here. Let's also go ahead and buy another giant group of tanks very quickly for ourselves. And Saudi Arabia will be a nice feather in our cap. Did you do Cuba? I think I've done Cuba. I don't know. You can tell me. I don't have to tell you guys whatever I've done. I mean, it's been 2 years over the course of like 2 years recordings. So you may have mercy on my soul and just look it up. Like, just answer. You're asking a man with ADHD to have pinpoint accuracy, and I'm begging you to just look it up on your own. You have the tools. It's a simple search away. Hold on. We need to address something here. Do not suggest a nation. I do not suggest a nation. I take nation recommendations from video comments only. There we go. And we'll post that. We'll pin it. Maybe someone will see it and not post it. We're just getting a lot of that today. And it is kind of the thing where, like, you know, I hope it doesn't come off as too aggressive, but at the same time, I hope you understand that, like, I get these messages hundreds of times a day. Like, not even exaggerating, on all platforms. People will comment on videos that are not Dummynation to tell me to play a country. And I just kind of want to have a conversation about the country we are playing, and not have to like interject every few minutes to be like, no, we're not playing this country because once again, we are not taking video recommendations right now. All right, how are we doing in production? 42% good. Ooh, did Lebanon declare war on us? Yeah, let's go ahead and get an alliance with, or peace out with them. We're not really going to fight them. How is the armies looking? Strong enough. Why are these Arab countries so cheap to declare peace with? Basically because our military power is so strong to begin with. And Saudi Arabia attacked Qatar and Bahrain, who are in the alliance. Their alliance has been weakened. So that combination means that like other countries aren't as loyal. See if we can work to cut off Japan from any more of our land over here. Yes, okay, good. We do cut them off. I just finished a run with Belarus, 40k days. Is that good? I don't know. There's a leaderboard you can check out. I mean, I would say you should be proud of being able to win as Belarus just in general. Okay, we did peace out with Egypt. They're about to die, which is unfortunate. We can go into Kuwait, though, which should be a nice kind of, again, feather in our cap. So let's go ahead and do that since we have peaced out with so much of the Arab world. We'll go ahead and launch a war on Kuwait. Hopefully get them down quickly and maybe go into Iraq. Yeah, Iraq would actually probably be a good one as soon as we get the rest of our military power over here. How's India doing? They're pretty big, okay? So not exactly a great target. And Brazil is also very strong. So we're going to run out of a little bit of options. We might need to take a reprieve in terms of kind of moving forward. Although the United States is fighting. Looks like they were fighting over there. Indonesia could be a potential for us. But we have, in fact, finished down Kuwait. So let's go ahead and go into Iraq next. Okay, let's go ahead and buy some more tanks. How's the piercing looking? It's going okay. Oh wait, since we're producing, we have drones. We should produce drones since they're so much cheaper instead of gunners. That'll save us a little bit of money and manpower. I think that'll be a worthwhile endeavor, especially as drones are cheaper to replace, especially as we're fighting in Iraq right now. It's kind of taking a lot of toll on us, and we want to be able to finish this up. Potentially jump over here to Iran and grab the rest of that. Beautiful. South Korea as God intended, right? Owning the Middle East. My country was occupied by Corgi. What was your country? Is it Saudi Arabia? Russia's getting weak, but how many reservists do they have? Still a good amount. Let's go ahead and fight down. Okay, so we finished Iraq. Let's go ahead and fight down Iran just to get the little ass remnants of that. We do have a little military over here. See if we can bring them around and link up. Once we finish with Iran, though, I think I said Iraq. Once we finish with Iran, we will probably need to take a little bit of a break and just casually build up our military. We're already in a great position. 7 and 9 is wonderful. We just need the military power to... Wow, we're the first in military power. That's a little bit shocking here, as I didn't think we had that strong of a military. China, have you just fallen off? I mean, China's got 31 million. I don't think we have the strongest military, maybe in terms of overall manpower, but I don't really agree with that. United States, how are you doing? Yeah, you're strong too, so I don't know how we're counted as the number one here, but we'll just ignore that and go back and save up. I'm starting my work days at like 4 in the morning now to get on recordings. So like this is, you know how like in a regular office job, you come back from lunch at like like 2 to 3, and you're like 1 to 2, 1 to 3 is kind of like your I'm tired phase. I don't necessarily want to do work, and then you power rush through something at like 2 to 3, and then you're kind of like done for the day. It's kind of how I'm feeling like right now. It's just like I could continue, but I feel done here. All right, we are done with Iran as much as we can be. So let's go home, start building up some troops. Check out our production tab. How is that looking? 42% is lovely. So we will build up military, look for a little bit bigger of a target to go after. Taiwan would obviously be very good. Indonesia is Indonesia's a target right now. Never mind, we're going to get back. We're going to build troops. We're going to get more tanks once again. We're going after Indonesia right now. Checking out their friends. They have no friends. We just need to get through the mountains of China, link up with our army, and we are definitely going after Indonesia. Indonesia is a great target right now. 13 and 4. Troops wise, nothing. 2 million firepower. Reservists a little bit stronger, but not enough that we would avoid doing it. Dear God, this could not be the fastest path going through the Tibetan steppe here. And this, I mean, goodness gracious, speed of the game. I'm tired of waiting. There we go. All right, troops are home. Let's go after Indonesia. Jesus Christ, go through the ocean. It's so much faster. All right, so we're going to go after Kuala Lumpur and their Malaysia holdings first, just to kind of set the stage and fight over land that is not necessarily their capital. Kind of get warmed up on and see what kind of damage we can do. We've basically decimated their army already. They do have, that's the remnants coming in right now, but it has quickly been dispelled. So as soon as we kind of work through the rest of their reservists, we'll start to split up here a little bit. In fact, we could probably do that now. Let's get over to here and start working on this island and just kind of cruise through Indonesia. Now, we do have a small amount of army being built in the background. Not a ton, though, so it will take some time. But this is going to be a very beneficial invasion for us. I like how the AI always wants to go on land. Yeah, I know, it's so annoying. Does Singapore give good economy? They do, but they're very militarized. Like right now we could go after them, but typically they're very militarized and allied. So they have been knocked down pretty heavily. A little bit of a side detour we're going to take. Singapore is very weak right now, so we're just going to go ahead and take this island. Go ahead and go after them really quickly, take down them, and then re-up with Indonesia. There we go. Singapore is done. And now we can continue onwards in grabbing the rest of Indonesia. You have to get Jakarta, the Indonesian jewel. No. I mean, I've been to Jakarta. I wouldn't call it a jewel. I would say if Indonesia has a jewel, it would maybe be like Bali. I mean, Indonesia is a country that has so much natural beauty that I don't think like a city hellscape like Jakarta, and I'm saying city hellscape in terms of just any city, not just like Jakarta was bad, but just like a city I don't feel like would be like what too many countries would be like, this is the most beautiful part of our entire country. Minus Europe, because, you know, Europe paved over their entire forests and stuff to make room for ships to invade other countries. And Japan's being so aggressive in this game? Yeah, they are. Ooh. Okay, so we have finished up with Indonesia. It was a little bit of a feeding frenzy here, but something that interesting has popped up. Japan has been very aggressive and has weakened themselves. Now, in terms of their friends, they are friends with the United States, who is unattainable on us getting a friendship. We still are friended up with China. It would be interesting to see if we could take Japan, because right now we are 3 and 4, so we don't have a ton of room to go up. But Japan is a very, very tempting target, and in fact, I think we jump in on this and see what the United States does. So let's jump over and fight Japan. Now, in terms of reservists, they don't have a ton either, so this should not be the worst fight we've ever taken in our lives. We'll wait for the United States to get involved and see what we need to do on that front. We have started to take land. The United States has not declared war on us, which is lovely. We might be able to get away with this. Let's go ahead and split once again and just start working through Japan. Very, very profitable country here. Yeah, but I feel like they're definitely not the second hardest in the game. Yeah, Nauru being the second hardest is kind of like, I would say, deceptive. Because, like, you can do a lot as an island. The real problem is when you're like a small landlocked country. Like the Vatican City is very difficult. San Marino is very hard. Andorra is hard. I definitely wouldn't say that like a specific island country out here is the second most difficult country. Liechtenstein starts out with a little bit more economy and easier countries to push out from. Like you can get, you know, very easily these two. Oh, excuse me. Liechtenstein's over here. What the hell? Yeah, Liechtenstein's another difficult one, I would say. Liechtenstein's double landlocked? Yeah. Dude, I was taking my dogs on a walk. Has your dog ever tried to, and like, have you ever been walking with your dog and then there's like a piece of food on the sidewalk that they're going after? There was like a McDonald's like breakfast sandwich on the road, and I had to fight the good fight to get my dogs not to eat like street food, like food that has clearly been run over and been there for some time. They had no hesitations. Both of them were like, "This is my food," and I said no to Hobbs, pulled his leash, and then immediately Ranger's like, "Good. I'm glad you saved this for me." And it was like, "No, this wasn't for you either, you monster. Get out of here." Ooh, you know what we should do? Let's go ahead and get a level of reactive armor for ourselves. Increase the defensive capabilities of our armor as we're starting to approach quickly the end game here, as we are a very respectable 3 and 4 after kind of eliminating Japan. I believe that's all the land we can get. So let's go ahead and send everybody home for the time being. Not really concerned about grabbing any more scraps. And now we need to look for a big target like Russia is exactly who we need. Let's go ahead, buy more tanks, and get ready to fight Russia. Yeah, my 90-pound golden retriever snatched what I believe was a rotten apple. I lost the good fight. I know, dude. It's so gross. And you have like the hardest time explaining to them that like, this is not good food. You're going to get sick from it. First time I'm seeing Turkey not get invaded by... I mean, Turkey's usually pretty good. I mean, first time I've ever seen Turkey invade France. I'll say that. All right, so Russia is falling. We are going to want to get involved in that. I think the quickest path for us to get involved is to go through Iran. Hey, can you go the fastest way, which I know is not through China. It's not through China, I promise you. Let's avoid the Tibetan steppe. Let's just go right there. And let's try and invade Russia. If we get here, we can invade through the Caspian Sea, I think this is. And kind of try and move up to the more economical zones of Russia. But it is unfortunate we're on the other side of the world. We could attack Russia over here. The only problem is there's really not any economy for Russia over here. It's mostly in the west. So we do need to huff it on over to the other side. Although it looks like we're about to get cut off by India. Oh, no! Tibetan plateau. Tibetan's not steppe. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the plateau. I don't know why I'm saying steppe. It's Caspian in English. Yeah, I don't really care what it is in Persian because, you know, I don't speak Persian. Frick! Okay, we've been cut off by India. We got to go up north. We'll take the long way. At least we're out of the mountains, so we can potentially get up still. Oh, it is annoying to miss out on Russia this much, but there still is enough to gain to make it worthwhile. Okay, let's go ahead and fight down Russia. Prestige fell because we had an alliance with them. No! Dang it. Oh, well, let's go. See if we can get out of the Arctic Circle and down south. Get out of there, kid. And we'll turn on the economy map for Russia just to see, make sure we're kind of hitting where we need to. We'll go ahead and split our army as well so we can kind of hopscotch our way down there. Leapfrog, if you will. Dang, we are just running into every Russian army that's ever been existed, huh? We're like the Battle of Stalingrad, but the entire Russian economy? You could have gotten Moscow. I think it's still on the table. It's right there. Yeah, we can still get Moscow. I think Finland's gonna grab it. Hey, we grab a little bit of Moscow, at least half the city. We're about to, I should say. This is just a reservist. Someone asked how you can tell the difference between reservists and armies. Basically, the difference is the cap. You can see that this is wearing like a hat and this is like a different hat. So that's kind of how you can tell. Let's check our production. We can definitely ramp this up here a little bit. Let's get more commandos and more drones. Not so much worried about reservists for right now. And life is going pretty well. We'll just kind of cruise through the rest of Russia as much as we can. Yo, Kraka Shorts, member for 2 months. Favorite open front, territorial, or domination? Right now, open front. I will say, number one, the game's enjoyable. It's new. But what really makes it special is just the openness with the creators. Like the first thing that happened, the first thing I woke up to today was just one of the devs for Open Front just being like, hey, content creator Discord group, what do you guys think of the update? What do you think about the changes? And one of the first things I brought up was like, Mervs aren't especially as powerful anymore. They're like, yeah, we're going to look at changing that. And one of the biggest things I had was like the UI, when you're trying to stack ports, you can accidentally bomb yourself if you slightly click off where the port is, like into the ocean. And they're like, yeah, no, that's a great idea. We'll look to fix that as well. So I really enjoy the relationship I have with the Open Front devs. And it's not like I'm special. Every single content creator has that. And that's just such a rarity in content creation, to have that kind of relationship with the developers. Like some of them will give you lip service and be like, oh, think about it, but then they don't do anything. These guys actually like really want our advice. Yo, I found this game 2 weeks ago, and watching your stream helped me learn how to actually play this game, and now I've won 4 countries. Currently trying to win as Russia, so thank you for the help. Dude, good luck. I'm glad you enjoy the game. It is a very fun game. I hope no one takes me saying I like Open Front more as any kind of slight on Dummynation. This is still a very fun game that I do much enjoy. It's just Open Front's a little bit on the newer side, you know? Nice. I also think Open Front's really good. Yeah, I wish I hadn't been so hesitant against it. I mean, part of my reason for not wanting to play Open Front to begin with was, number one, I had a really bad experience playing on stream, which I think was the worst way to play it. And like I got stream sniped so heavily, people were bombing me the entire time, and it just kind of sucked. So it was a very bad first experience. Second off, I had been very loyal to Platts, who had created Better TT, because he had been working on this game Warfront IO for quite some time, which is very similar to Open Front. And I kind of picked the side of, you know, supporting the guy I knew, even though Platts had mostly kind of abandoned his push to even make the game anymore. So live and learn. Change, you got to adjust to change, and I didn't do it as fast as I probably should have. Split your groups into 4? No, we'll take too many attrition losses. This is only a 7 million stack. It's not enough to just win the battle. You need to like win the battle and be prepared for the next one. So you never want to throw too many troops at one fight, or be willing to take too many losses for one fight. You can split more than this on Eastern Asia. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I'm mostly kind of just biding time to look for a better target, like Ukraine would be nice. They are friends with a number of people I don't necessarily want to fight. What about India? India's very weak. Ooh, interesting target. You're strong. Looks like this has been gone wild. And China's reachable. India's more possible. Hold on, new plan. Let's go ahead and finish up Russia here. I'm not too concerned with grabbing the east, to be honest with you. I just want to grab this section, and I think I want to go home and get ready for a fight with a weakened India. That would be very nice, kind of feather in our cap to grab. So I think we want to go home and prepare for that. Let's grab everyone, go home. We have a big military ready already. And I think we can probably do this attack. Now, checking out India's friends, they do have friendships with Bolivia, Austria, the Czech Republic, Spain, Lithuania, and South Africa. So a number of countries that we're going to need to buy off, but I do think it's affordable and attainable. Now, in terms of their reservists, they do have 19 million reservists, so I do think, you know, we're going in there with a lot of troops, but at the same mark, I think that's about as many as we're going to need. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more tanks in there before we jump in, but India is going to be a real good one for us to get. Can you make a tips and tricks video? I have a tutorial out there. that gives tips and tricks. China has half of India's troops right now. Ooh. So on the reverse side of things, here's an interesting one. India's got 10 million troops, but 20 million reservists. And I'm looking at firepower. China has kind of the reverse. 17 million troops, but their reservists are nil. China only is friends with Australia, excuse me. I think it is worth jumping into China. So I think we need to do that. Let's just check our bonuses. Yeah, ammunition shortage is in a good spot. I think we got to go into China. Let's go ahead and find a good economic zone to jump into. And I think I want to go down here into this bay. Let's get ready to fight China. Prestige fell again. We had an alliance with them. Who cares about alliances at this point? We're going ham for the win. And we'll engage China's military. Now, the great thing about fighting a military is it doesn't usually come all at once. It'll piecemeal itself in. So we should be expecting China's military to come. There's Australia. We'd love to peace out with them just to not have to fight double the action. We can't peace out with Australia, so that's another 8 million that's going to come in and fight us, unfortunately. But China's a worthwhile endeavor to grab. And we have knocked down their military in half. So that should be the end of it rather quickly. And once it's through, we can really split and go. We do have to be a little bit cautious about Australia's armies coming in, so we can't split too much. But I do think this is warranted to split at least once and get some separation here and start working down the rest of China. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and get another level of reactive armor just to protect our tanks and everything, make them a little bit more durable. As we just quickly blitz through China now, taking a look at the board, China has 36%. United States has 69%. So there is a potential that we jump into China and then the United States, although the United States will be a very tough nut to crack. In fact, we are at war with them. I wonder why. They're not actively fighting us against China, so we might have declared war, maybe like Russia. They were allied to Russia or something, but we're not going to worry about that for the time being. We're just going to go straight into China, and then we'll worry about the United States. You'll need more troops to fight China because of the terrain. I mean, the eastern side of China, with all the economy, is also very flat. So we don't really need to worry too much about that. But I get what you're saying. Like, fighting through this is going to be tough. I don't really care about fighting through that because most of their economy is right here. Let's take a look at our production, though. It's pretty good. Any chance we could peace out with Australia? No, they still want 28 million. I mean, they're down to 2 million troops. How are these groups looking? Pretty good still. Let's keep the focus up and go over here, though. I don't need to really push into this sector of China quite yet. I definitely would prioritize the coast just to de-incentivize anyone from jumping in over here. Any other country, that is. Are you planning on doing a Battle Royale multiplayer? Yeah, I think this is a country we can definitely do a multiplayer afterwards with. The problem is when I get in a slog with like a small country and it's 3 hours later, I'm done. And I have like 3 hours of recording or editing to do. I'm kind of done. I'm like pretty exhausted for the day. Okay, how strong is this military? 5 million. Not enough to get involved yet. But you'll be at 60%, isn't that bad? Sorry, 7%, 5% or higher. They took out, I think you're talking about like the percentage of progress. They've taken that out. The kind of marks where like the AI gets more aggressive. I think they kind of realized that while it does make the game a little bit more challenging, it's not challenging in a fun way. So they have reverted that. If anything, we need to be worried about the United States because they are already at 71%. Ooh, if they get like a European country, they could be real trouble for us. South Korea is quite easy. It's highly militarized. Yeah, we haven't had a country that started with a military like period in quite some time, I will say. All right, let's go ahead and gather our army. We've taken some losses, so let's go ahead and try and rebalance this a little bit. Let's send you guys up into Manchuria. Let's see if we can get you to fight in Beijing to move the capital away. As we have mostly blocked, it would be almost impossible for any other country to get involved at this point. We just need to get this last section, and then we completely block everyone but India, and then Vietnam, Thailand, and United Kingdom. But they'll be involved at the top. These countries would be involved in the top when all the economies at the bottom. So we're doing a good job blocking anyone else from getting involved. And once we have the full economical weight of China behind us, we're going to be just steamrolling. Corgi, what's your WI? What's a WI? I'm like at 90% with France, and all I have left is NATO, and they're crazy strong. I wasted all my research getting military to nukes. Yeah, nukes are not worthwhile. Because like nuking a country, the only thing it does is it like weakens a country that like you want to take. Here, let's close this gap. Just make sure nobody else can get involved. All right, South Africa's declared war on us. We're not looking for a battle with them quite yet. Let's go ahead and peace out. With 90%, you should just be able to rush something for the last 10%. That's true, yeah. Just look for a country that has 10% and just rush them down. I usually look for like a Japan in that situation. They're usually good for like 15 to 20%, and it's very consolidated, which makes the land go very quickly. All right, let's take this group down here, start working through this. Get some tanks. Oh, good. We finally reached the point where we can get a lot more production. Let's ramp these two up especially. And that's 100%. So that would be very good for us. A lot of drones, a lot of commandos coming in to the fight. And we're just making a ton of money, which is good because we're going to need to ramp up our military if we're going to want to fight the United States, which we absolutely have to at this point. They're at 72%. So right when we finish with China, we're going to need to just, you know, as quickly as possible, prepare for the war with the United States to make sure that they don't run away with it and we can still win this. You need materials for tanks and aircrafts? Yeah, but not really in this game. Materials aren't really a factor. I think you're kind of thinking more along the lines of like a la Hearts of Iron. Can you try Rise of Nations? Not really the game for me, but thank you. Okay, how much is combat training? Let's get a level of combat training as well. 4 or 5 days ago, I started playing Dummynation for the first time. I was playing as China and I accidentally won. I mean, I don't know how you accidentally win, but good job to you. I heard Corey wants to play Minecraft. No. The only time I've played Minecraft is as part of the executive producer tier. You can choose to play a game with me, have a game day with me, and one of my executive producers wanted to play Minecraft, so I did play Minecraft with him. But I will be honest with you, we spent the entire day just kind of killing each other, and we progressed to 0. And you may be thinking, wow, Corgi, you would kill your fan. No, dude, I was trying to progress and build, and every time he'd be like, dude, come look at this, come look at this, and he just immediately stabbed me. Which, of course, I had to then return the violence and attack him back. That's pretty reasonable, though. Let's send this army out. All right, so status update. We've just brought in our third army into China. Now kind of getting into the harder parts and less economically beneficial parts. In fact, can I get you over here just to finish this up? I hate the fact that this guy's just taking a little bit of land away from me. You didn't have to walk through their country, but that's on me for having this bar all the way set up. So that is going to be some unnecessary losses that you take there. Big ouchies. Maybe we combine you with this group so that you're a little bit stronger again. And finish up this, and then we'll try and bring this army back in. How's the United States doing? Still at 74%. Australia has declared war on me. That is not anything new at this point. We have been at war with them for quite some time. The Netherlands is definitely new and maybe potentially not having to be. Nope, that is not possible. All right. Do I dare go fascist? It's been a long time since we went fascist. I think this is a great opportunity to get into fascism. Let's get some big money saved up so for exploitation. Blitzkrieg will definitely help us out, as well as we don't have any friends and we're pretty close to the victory, so I don't think we need to make any new friends. Let's go ahead and go for the hard victory, and also let's change our flag. All right, we have a nice little eagle on our flag now. Should take effect here in a minute. It's right there. Yeah. Okay, it'll take effect here in a minute. So, but we're fascist now, which means the world's gonna hate us, but we're definitely gonna get a lot stronger because of it. Be able to recruit troops faster and then take land faster is gonna be a big bonus for us. %90 of China's economy is on the East Coast. Yeah, this is kind of the last little chunk of it is right here. There's a little bit more over here, but this is kind of the last of it. Now, China, what are you at now? Still 12th in GDP, so they still have a lot of good things, and it's mostly here. I think it's worthwhile still continuing this fight. Fascist South Korea would never have guessed to see anything like that. Yeah, it is a little bit counterintuitive to the fashion or to the South Korean principles, but alas, here we are. South Korea won, but they won from the inside, or North Korea. Corey, when I recruit troops, I try and make it equal. Like if tanks, the more I recruit, the more military. The ideal kind of ratio you want is 10 to 11. 10 attack to 11 piercing. So you want a little bit more piercing. Basically, piercing will help you make sure that you're not running into ammunition shortages. I don't know why we're all fighting for this garbage down here. If we could get up north, that would be very helpful. India can have the Himalayas, I suppose. Italy, hi. Can't peace out with you, huh? Coming straight for me, run away. Italy's coming to fight us, which is unfortunate. Let's see if we can chase them away by combining all of our troops. And we'll keep things a little bit more consolidated now, even though we've finished up mostly China, just because a lot of countries are coming to try and fight us a little bit more vigorously now. Something about being fascist is incredibly unpopular, I suppose. But we'll finish up the rest of China, then look to maybe India, or we could potentially just kind of work to see if we can fight down the rest of the United States, although they are incredibly strong. We might be able to catch up here with exploitation once we get the full benefit of that. We'll be able to spend all of our money that we're accumulating very quickly and get a lot of troops. Now, in terms of production, we are at 100% still, so that is very good for us. And we should be able to kind of mow through the, or at least get up an army very quickly. You know what? I'm just going to keep this army together for now because we're getting a large chunk of like Italian and Polish armies coming to fight us, and I'd rather not take too many attritional losses here as we just need to finish up the last little bit of China. We're building another army over here, so we're not exactly running out, but we're waiting for that exploitation to be all the way up. You know what? We'll count that as all the way up. Let's go ahead and start recruiting some troops. We have $10 million to spend. Let's buy some 2 units of tanks. And then give me a gigantic unit of rocket artillery as well. That'll be a nice little addition to our overall size. And then from here, we'll just kind of use the time to build up troops here a little bit more. Finish up the rest of China. Although China, what is it really at? The 33 in GDP. It's really not worth fighting this anymore. Let's just go home. I don't suppose China's really going to be able to afford a military to fight us back, and I'm tired of taking these losses as we have not been able to grow the military just because so much of the world is fighting us. So a little bit of patience here will probably be a virtue as we need to fight the United States, but they're close to 100 million, so need to be a little bit patient about that. Fake Origami, huge fan. Well, thanks, brother. I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. 69 is a funny number. Good job. Well done. Well done. How are we going to catch up? What's a reservist at 2? No reservists. That's interesting. As soon as I invaded or loaded in game as Norway, I invaded the coastline of Russia and peaced out. I don't know if that's... I mean, you can do that for roleplay. I think the better move is to probably go to Africa. I think most games going to an Africa country and grabbing population to lower how much your production cost will be is going to be a better thing than potentially just jumping in and fighting Russia right away, because Russia usually implodes itself and you can get it for cheaper. Norway desperately needs population at the start of the game. Yeah, it really does. Check USA's allies. I'm sure they have a ton. Yeah, they got a few. They've got Chile, Australia, Brazil, India, and whatever's left of Japan. Let's go ahead and get the last level of combat training, though. That'll help us out a lot. I would like to be able to pivot into war tactics, but we're nowhere near the research for that. Military intelligence will probably be the best that we can ask for, but I don't know if we'll get the research for that in time. How is our economy growing? 3.3% in comparison to the rest of the world is actually kind of lacking, so we might need to bring down military spending here a little bit. Liquidity can probably also take a little bit of a nosedive. Let's get the 3.6. That'll put us at least a little bit higher than the majority of the world. India and the United States are obviously going to grow faster than us, but I think for our military, that's where we want to be. In fact, let me change this up a little bit. Let me get back here. R&D can go down a little bit. Let's keep military up. Let's keep liquidity up. 3.5 sounds good. You can compare your GDP and pop at the world top. How? What's the triangle button do? It's showing that your pop is 0.8% lower than the world's average. How do you know that? Where is it showing that? This is showing 0.365. Here, let's go to the ocean slope. Oh, okay, I see it's changing down here. Okay, I understand. I see what you're saying. That's interesting. That's good to know. Thank you. Yeah, I just wasn't seeing where it was changing, so it confused me. Let's buy some planes really quickly as well, too. Craft, how was your weekend? Did you do anything fun? Check if India's strong. At this point, because we have 40%, India at 10% is not going to do anything, and that's a lot of land to have to take, and a lot of friends we're going to have to blow through to get 10%. So I'd rather invest that same kind of fight into knocking down the United States, who we could probably get 10% just from the East Coast, if not more. Because once we knock through this, once we knock through their military, we win the game. India's hard to get. Yeah, they also have a very high population. So their numbers are a little bit deceptive because they'll have a ton of militias that come through. So I really don't think India is that much worth going into, even though the United States is substantially stronger. Nothing special. That's fair. Trying to think if I did anything this weekend. Not really. Ugh. Although I tell you what, I walked outside as I was walking the dogs, and you could tell it had just rained. And I don't know if like if you guys have a smell that like really connects you to your childhood, but for me, just have been a Boy Scout and done so much camping, the smell of like a meadow after rain is very nostalgic for me. And I live next to kind of a little bit of a meadow, so I walked out this morning and just was immediately like flashback to me being a Boy Scout, 12 years old, walking to like a marriage badge class with my dad, and I was like, oh. I love the smell. Kind of like, you know, mom's fresh cookies or something like that. To me, that smell is always wonderful. Now Reno's a very dry city. Like, we have a river, it's not a desert, but we don't get a ton of rain, so it is like a nice thing to wake up to. We're like a high plain. So the same as like Denver in terms of climate, we just don't get a ton of rain. We get a little bit more snow than anything else. Like the reason we don't get so much rain is because if it's going to be that cold and we're going to get humidity, typically it's just going to fall in snow. The stream keeps lagging for some reason. I would try refreshing. I'm throwing out an excellent connection, so it could be some issues with your Wi-Fi. But from my end, it's going out smooth. 44% already is insane. Yeah, I mean, it is good, but like, here's the thing. We got to fight the United States who's like really outpacing us. It's tough. I don't know if we'd get there faster by trying to not recruit tanks. But like our military is 17k tanks plus 3 more, so we'll have 20k tanks. Their military is mostly foot soldiers. Bro, why do I think Nevada is a poor state? Because it is. Like when you look at the entirety of the state, really the entirety of the state is centered around 3 cities: Reno, Carson City, and Las Vegas. All 3 of those cities are working class cities. Like the biggest employers here in Reno is like Tesla, for like the biggest kind of people who, or the biggest opportunity here in Reno is like warehouse jobs, manufacturing jobs, blue collar jobs. The biggest type of jobs in Vegas, you know, you work for a casino, another blue collar job. So it's not really high end tech that you would make a city or state rich. And outside of that, what is the income of the rest of the state? Mining. Legitimately, it's mining. Another kind of blue collar job. So there's not a lot of like white collar jobs here in comparison to other states. We're definitely not the poorest state. And we're definitely on the up and up, but we're not a rich state either. What if you put up social spending will increase the GDP? It will over a long period of time. I'm looking to win the game right now, though. Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks for the info. Yeah, it's the Nevada's not a state that has too many places. Like a lot of places have warehouses and offices out here, like Amazon's out here, Apple, Tesla, Walmart. Anyone that has like a need for a warehouse has a warehouse out here in Reno. But there are very few companies that are headquartered in Nevada. Let's try and rebalance our attack power here a little bit. By the way, you were the one who inspired me to learn geography and these kind of stuff. Keep it going. I'm glad. I mean, geography is one of those things that, like, it won't help you in a job, but I think being aware of the world makes you a better citizen of it. And if that starts off as just knowing where, like, the country of Vietnam is, you know, that is a good start. All right, here's the thing. Kraft, give me your opinion on this. They have 98 million firepower, but it's in so much commandos. Do you think I could take it with my army comp? Or do I need to keep building up? They just need to make LA and New York City and Nevada. Are they dumb? True. I mean, here's the crazy thing. The county of Nevada, or the county of Los Angeles, has a bigger population than I think like 9 states. I think you could. Okay. I'm gonna get this last unit of rockets. We're pretty close. I think we're going to try it. Alrighty, so we're a little bit shy of the United States Army. They have 100 million firepower and 70 million piercing. Most of it is in foot soldiers, though. Our army in comparison is about 90-90, so a little bit less. I think we're going to try and invade the United States just because they're already at 80% and we only need 20% to win. So we're going to attack the United States with the idea being that they're not going to send their entire stack into us right away. We'll have to wait and see, though, if they do send that entire stack into us. It is one stack right now, so I don't know if they're going to split it. We might have to face it all down at once. We'll see. It's not an unrecoverable position if we lose this stack, but we'll definitely abandon the endeavor before we lose our entire army if it doesn't look like we're going to win a resounding victory. But we're going to pick a good area for terrain, which means that we need an area that is flat. Florida is always a great choice to invade for the United States to work down their army. So let's go ahead and get that going here as we invade Florida and wait for the United States Army. And there it is, an 85 million. Ooh, we knocked it down pretty quickly, but how much did we lose? We're 20 million left. The United States is completely out of the military. Brazil has declared war on us. We can buy them off, thank God. And now we can kind of invade the United States. We have 10, we can split into 2 stacks of 10 million and try and get a little bit more of an advantage here, as we're already up 5% just from grabbing Florida. And if we can peace out with anybody along the way, we're definitely going to try. But for now, we just kind of push through the United States and hopefully get some reinforcements here from our production tab here very quickly. There's India declaring war on us. This is kind of the little bit of a danger. Where the hell? I wanted to see if India was over here. Can buy off India. That's very good news for us. All right, so status update. We're doing pretty well. These armies are maintaining their size decently at 8 million apiece. What is this army at? If we get some tanks in it, we could probably bring another army into the fight. So let's go ahead and do that. We're doing pretty well. We're at 72% already just from capturing the East Coast. We did know that was going to be a big prize for us. Fortunately, we've been able to keep most people out of the fight as well. Australia, for whatever reason, is our mortal enemy. They will fight us in any battlefield that we ever choose. But nope, never mind. We can buy them off. Huge opportunity for us. I don't know why the world has suddenly turned so loving to us as we've invaded the United States. I guess they're not as popular as they used to be, but this is a great move for us, and we're pretty close to victory here as we're at 70%. Let's try and make sure that we're staying in the United States proper. Once this army is ready and we can invade the California side, we should be able to jump up even higher, and I think we have the victory right here. Or you don't win yet, you don't have all of East Asia. I'm going to be honest, I don't respect that as a challenge. I don't think that's a fun enough challenge to delay the game. All right, here comes our third army, 90% on the board. Let's get our California holdings here. Bangladesh has also declared war on us. Can we buy off of Bangladesh? We can. That's very good for us. Here comes another United States army, but we're at 96%. Ooh, buddy, get up to San Francisco. That should be it. 98% right now. 99. There we go. South Korea dominates the world after 18.4K days. Probably not our leaderboard that we're looking for, but we can check it out here as we go to what is the country we're looking for? South Korea. Well, here it is. As we're 15, so nowhere near the top. But nor were we trying to do the most optimal way, but we did it pretty well all the same. But that's going to wrap things up here for today. So as we do start to wrap things up, just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, especially made this far in the video. If you have, whoa, get back. If you have made this far in the video, hey, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. But for now, boys, I'll see you in the next one. What the hell started playing? Damn you, HBO. The new ads are so annoying. Alrighty, let's we have time for a couple of multiplayer games if you guys want. Remember our rules though: no attacking any human player for the first 5 minutes, and no picking any country in the top 10. That is from the People's Republic of China all the way down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the first country you can pick is Italy. Alrighty, I'm gonna pick. I'll pick Bangladesh. Alright, game code is 6040. Won't be joining the first game. Disappointment Craft. What are you, an adult with like a job or something? The hell? Dude, some kid left a comment on my video. He's just like, dude, you didn't have Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, or SpongeBob in your childhood? What was even your childhood? I'm just kind of sitting back and be like, you're such a youngin'. You don't know the ways of the Power Rangers and the Transformers. I got an ad. I'm sorry, I don't have ads on. That's YouTube's doing. Well, hello, Louie. Louie and the Jets. It's because I'm on mobile. What about DBZ and Beyblade? Yeah, again, things too young for me, my guy. I was the Pokemon generation. I remember kids having... I distinctly remember walking out to recess in like the 3rd grade. And this kid was walking out with his binder, and these kids wanted to trade with him. And he's like, I didn't bring my cards with me. And they're like, why did you bring the binder then? And they're like, did you put it in the sleeve on the side of the binder? And of course, that's where he put them all. It was like bulging out. Immediately sussed out, but I just love that kid like thought process. He'd be like, I'll hide it so no one needs it. No one will look for it. Or like 40 then? 35. 36. I just turned 36. Hi. Am back from a year. Hello. All right, while everyone's doing this, I'm gonna go grab my water jug. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. What are the rules for this game? So you can't pick any country in the top 10, and you cannot attack any other human player for the first 5 minutes. That's just basically to allow like a new player to kind of like figure out what they're doing. Russia's not allowed. Is Indonesia in the top 10? I don't think it is. I think it's good. Geez, you're rapidly approaching 40. For me, it's 10 more years. Listen here, bud. That's a lot of high mighty talk for someone who's 30. All right? We're the same, you and I. You don't get to judge me for being 6 years older than you. Indonesia's top 20. Thank you. All right. Is anyone else trying to get in? Otherwise, we're going to get started. "36 is 30 and 30 might as well be 25. No 30-year-old's looking at themselves and being like, I'm the same as a 25-year-old. A 36-year-old is looking them at a 30-year-old and be like, we're the same. All right, good luck, everyone. Remember, no attacking anyone for the first 5 minutes. I will announce when you can attack anyone. Let's go communist. I'll be friendly with Indonesia. Oh, God, don't declare war on them. And let's go military. And I would like to get these. Oof. Probably should have saved. Australia's declared war on me. Bud, we talked about it. You can't attack a person for the first 5 minutes. Otherwise, I'll have to kick you. If I see your army come over here, I'm immediately kicking you. All right, we'll go ahead and speed things up. Okay, good. Army's done. See if we can go into like maybe a Mozambique or something. Though our population's not too much of a concern, we do have a great population. I don't know if we... You know what? Maybe we jump down here and we grab Malaysia. Kuala Lumpur could be nice for us to jump onto. Poland, best buddy. Of course, we can be friends. Did you already go after Singapore? No, Singapore still exists. All right. Let's go ahead and head home. How'd that do for us? 23rd? Hey, that's pretty good. That's a pretty nice little gamble for us. Is someone Saudi Arabia? No. Interesting. Israel taking a risk? Are they fighting someone? Looks like they're playing they're going pretty aggressive. Can we play some open front today for like an hour? I'll play an open front game with you, Louis. I can play a game of open front, brother. More speed? Okay. That's as fast as we're gonna go. Open front, that game isn't good for me, calling out my most primal rage. I mean, it is frustrating because people will often work against their own interests and like refuse to do the smallest amount of research. Where if they hit, like, I constantly am getting attacked by someone who's got like 3 cities and I have 10, and I'm just sitting there be like, brother, why? Like, we could be friends. Like, this is not a fight you're gonna win. If you had done the smallest amount of research, you would have seen that. By the way, I love just piggybacking off of what the Indonesia's doing and just grabbing land there. Okay, let's head home. 20-6. Into the top 20. You know what I'd really like to grab is Jew, but I don't know if that's worth 4 million troops. At least right now. We have 10 million, but I don't know if it's worth it right now. I kind of want to get an alliance with China. Yeah, that's what happens to me when someone got too angry because I stopped them from winning, so they let another person win. Is that person me? That happens more often than you think. Just people doing stuff like that. You do that to me? Yeah, I really hate... I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, 3 dots. You're a good player, you get away with it, but your expansion pattern is so aggressive that any player who's not as good trying to replicate it will probably get throttled every single game. Alrighty, players are now available to attack should you want to. You can attack any player. Corgi, we split Myanmar. Myanmar's already split, brother. Oh, Myanmar. Sure, we can work on that together. I'll fight with that. Just attack from the south so we don't interfere with each other. Lovely. I think that's pretty fair trade. You got more of the economical zones. I got more of the country in general. Pakistan immediately falls. Yeah, that's fair. Today I discovered a new type of rage. Apparently when you're surrounded in by NPCs. I'm going to be honest with you. You need to kind of get ahead of that with the NPCs. I mean, that's such a benefit if you can fight them down. But yeah, if you let them get too big, they will be the death of you. I'm here. Welcome, Corey. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. By the way, we started this at like 36, so we'll end the game at 12:10, which is 20 minutes from now. 25 minutes from now. Happy summer holidays, dude. Summer do be good. Spain? Why are you declaring war on me? I think he was trying to become friend. And then he became food. Try and get most of Argentina for ourselves. Although these bots really kind of bring it back. Yeah, here's Iran to piggyback, but we blocked them. This is why I really wanted to prioritize the south. Because I knew someone would try and come over here and grab a little bit. Is Paraguay a player? No, it's a bot. It's just a very advantageous bot. You know, we need just a little bit of reservists. Good. That should be the end of Argentina. Sorry, Argentina. You fought the good fight. I'm still in Africa? Oh man, I can't get to that, so I need to knock down all your reservists manually. It's annoying. And let's go ahead and fight down Paraguay. There we go. Easy fight for us. Let's go ahead and go home. Free Argentina? Yeah, it was free. Can you believe that, dude? That was pretty sick how free it was, right? Don't you love when, like, it's free? Don't you love free stuff? I'm still alive. Oh no, did you get destroyed? No! I'm so sorry. I'm gone? Yeah, you're gone too. Life do be rough. It do be that way sometimes. That's why I went full communist and just like recruited troops as Bangladesh. It's like I'm gonna take advantage of the one thing I have, which is population. fact, let's keep the train going. How is our ammunition shortage? Pretty good. Anyone want to split Saudi Arabia? I mean, I'd be down. Corgi, speed it up. No, this is as fast as we're gonna go. Go on the other side. Here, I'll go on the other side. We don't want to attack from the same side. If you lead the charge, I'll go in. Literally everyone's over here. See if I can go around. I'm actually going to join from the east side or the west side. Iran's over there. Okay. Hold on. All right, someone lead the charge. Who's the biggest military here? I think it's Iran. Iran, it's up to you. You lead the charge. Oh God, who is this? Oh, Trix is in here. Oh God, I didn't even know Trix was a player, or the UAE was a player. Oh my God, I didn't get anything. I don't get anything. Okay, let's go after Qatar then. You start piecing out with some of these NPCs. There we go. How strong is Iraq? Not very. Suck it, South Korea. Get got, South Korea. Like you got me for freaking Saudi Arabia. All right, moved up decently in GDP. Not exactly the amazingness, but let's go home. Military is not exactly inspiring in this moment. Everyone just steals land in Dummynation. Yeah, it really is like the meta though, to be like jump pile on where there's already a fight going. More so than it is to like blaze your own path. But yeah, I think Corgi's mad because he won't respond to my chats. Your chat is literally what's going on, chat. Toxic Neptune question mark. Why do I remember that name? Do you really think those are messages so inspired that the only logical explanation for me not responding to them or bringing them to the public opinion is because I have something personally against you. Your genius right now is so unparalleled. The only reasonable explanation is that I am taking personal offense to you. That's the only reason I won't bring these gems into the world. Come on, guy. Jeez. Dang, if I knew the UAE was I have tricks, I wouldn't have gone on this side. I would have gone west side. I got screwed over. Can we all attack a great power? Who do you want to fight? What great power you want to fight? I ain't fighting China. I'd fight the United States. Or I'd fight Russia. Or I'd fight India. I'd fight India. USA or India? Luhansk, you make the call. Who we fighting, baby? USA? Alright, everyone, let's line up to fight the United States. I don't know tricks why we're at war, but maybe we could peace out. Were you at peace with me? Why are we at war? Yeah, let's peace out. Maybe that's why I lost so many troops over there, was because we were fighting. Alright, everyone, let's line up to fight the United States. Let's see if we can do this all together. Yeah, everyone head to a part of the United States. I'm taking California. Sorry, no. Coward strats. Coward. Coward alert. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Coward alert. Oh, he's mine, my guy. Baby army over here. All right, charge in, charge in. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Give me Phoenix, baby. Give me Phoenix. Yes. I don't know where the giant death stack of the United States is. Oh my God, it's coming here. Run away. Run away. Run away. I'm not that brave. Keep playing hot potato, boys. Oh, how brave of you, Italy, to come in and try and scrap what is left? No, I'll block this. I'll block this endeavor. Did we get him, boys? We still have Alaska. Taiwan's declared war on me. No, not Taiwan. Not Taiwan. See if I can upgrade my production now. Yes! Yes! We can also afford some tanks for the first time in forever. Big ups. Corey, I have a question. How am I so good at Cuba, but when I play Great Power, I'm absolutely horrible? Probably because you don't know how to manage alliances. And you probably take your power for granted, thinking you're too strong, whereas you play as a smaller country, you only pick fights you know you'll win. Would be my guess. Dude, I'm 4th in the world. Let's go. So right now it's Spain, South Korea, and then me on the leaderboard. Guys, see my land? You already have a ton of it right there, big guy. Look, you got all them islands. This isn't Charity Sim 5000. I mean, no one's going after your islands. That seems like a pretty big win, right? Should probably get down there and crush that. How's my army? Ooh, buddy. Pretty strong. Oh my god, I never thought I would be fighting this for this little bit. Okay, go home. Dude, what happened to Italy? Oh my gosh, they got riggedy wrecked. Iran, bestie. Back, welcome back, my friend. I think we all did a great job fighting down this. Now, taking a look at the clock, we have 6 minutes left in this game. 6-minute warning for everyone. What is this? This is Dummynation, my friend. Turkey got messed up after taking Italy. Yeah, I mean, good on you for all you Europeans over there. Nice heads up play. What if I just sneaky snake my way into fighting this? I have $1 million. Yeah, it didn't really buy me anything. Friendship-wise. But we did get the country. Which feels pretty good. Let's go home. More tanks, production, ramp it up, baby. All right. With 2 minutes left, we have Spain in first place. I am in second place. The UAE is in third place. So it's ending at the 10, right? Yeah, it's ending at the 10. So 2 minutes. So Trix, I know what your plan is. Feel free. Let me know when you're going to invade me, okay? Although we could become friends. We could become besties. Could be fun. Could be fun. Could be fun. I know everyone's going to go for my United Kingdom, which is fair. Bro, I was Canada. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what happened to you there, but alas, it didn't work out for you. All right, we're in the last minute. Last minute, Trix. You're going to want to invade me now. Trixie Poo, send your army into me. There's Spain into Germany. I knew I was fricked when NATO was expensive. Yeah, dude, it always do be expensive like that. It do be like that sometimes. I'm keeping an eye on the clock. I'll pause the game immediately at the 10. We're in the final countdown. Is there going to be enough time for Luhansk to take Germany? What is this game mode? Custom. Time. We have the UAE in first. I'm in second. Spain's in third. I think this right here was the difference. Well done. Well done. That was a fun game, though. That was a fun game. I liked our kind of all going after. Oh, you went over here as well. I kind of liked our thing of going after a major superpower together. I think that was fun. Was my land in Texas? Yeah, it was definitely land in Texas. Alrighty. So that's that. Ugh. What game mode? It was literally custom. Don't end. We'll do one game of open front. We'll do one game of open front. I will concede one game of open front. Alrighty, let's create a lobby. Let's do the Faroe Islands. I will allow the trains. Copy, paste, join up. Did you see that you can play duos, trios, and quads in open front now? Yes, I did. No, not the trains again. All right, we'll take the trains off. Trains go away. Goodbye, trains. I think it's really cool. I think it's a good thing too. They kind of give you a little bit of insight into the game. So, let me talk about. I can show you this. I don't want to give the rest of this away, but this is the content creator. It's just like, hey guys, reflecting on version 25 today. They're fixing the login issue. That should be fine. They're trying to look at balancing the MERVs again, changing back to 95%. SAM are not going to be changed. Trade ships are currently at consideration of given how many boats are going to be out. Warships changing the target from picking the close or going to the closest target, either boats or transport ships. Trader debuff will be reduced to 5 minutes. Will be a little bit nicer. In UI, they're going to look at some changes. Well, other content creators are suggesting changes, but nothing's final yet. Are we all bloodthirsty or peaceful? I don't know. We're going to do factories. We'll see how that goes. Is this free-for-all? It is. Is anyone else trying to get in the game? I think that's everyone. All right, let's go ahead and load up. Good luck. Good luck, everyone. Good luck. This is like all open for this one guy down here. I know who's here. I know who's here. What's tricks? Buddy, here's our plan. You ready for this? Immediate friendship forever. Friendship Island. Welcome to Friendship Island, Tricks. Me and you forever. Yeah, Friendship Island. Oh, dude, don't do this. Don't do this aggressive tactics, though. Otherwise, Friendship Island's gonna die so quickly. Oh my god, Friendship Island is already over. Look at this garbage maneuver. Oh, that's a NPC. That's why it's not going down. Maneuver our way up. How's the north looking? Still so divided. There's so many bots up there. Here comes so much trade. And what do we need? Million. Oh, we can get another city though. I think we can get a level 3. Yeah, level 3 factory. How do I ally? So you click on someone, you go to the eye for information, and then it's this handshake icon right here. Trick, should we link up? Should we link up? Our great economies. You agree? Okay, I'll try and get a city over there. I think I'll need another factory here. Let me build a city. And I do need another factory. Oh, nope, we're linked up. Good. How's the north looking? Kraft is doing an empire. Dude, early factory, at least in the current setting, is pretty freaking strong. Is so strong. See if I can get a friendship with GVN. He's stealing my trade. Yay! Friendship! What happened to Dummynation? Dude, we finished. We finished? We did a multiplayer? Bro, I'm living in Iran, and every time in Dummynation, I die instantly. I'm sorry to hear that. I believe in you. You'll do good sometime. All right, homies, we need to kind of build up a military here. I'm noticing a scary trend. Tricks, I think we need to pivot into missiles. Craft is running away with it. I mean, 3 dots is a good challenge, but I'm worried. How's he doing up north? I mean, he's being held in check. Being held in check. I don't like how you're building all these forts, so I'm gonna build some too. I don't know when we decided to be not peaceful here, Tricks. When we needed to start amping up our security. I thought we were going to be BFFs forever. I don't like this Tricks guy. He's scaring me. He's scaring me, my dudes. All right. I think it's time to start worrying about craft, though. Dang it, wrong button. Your hydrogen bomb was destroyed. Tricks! What happened? He shot down both of my things before they could get there. Start launching the bombs, boys. We can't simply allow a Trix to win. Oh my gosh. Devastation. Devastation. Keep building the quiet empire. Oh god. The bombs, dude. The bombs. Every time. I'm so close to nuking myself. Every time. It's so rough. Oh, well, see everyone then. Why Zero Winter? Please tell me this isn't the last and only game. Well, I'll play another one. I've mentioned this before. I enjoy Open Front. I'm willing to play more. Shit. I knew that would happen. You said bad word? Oh, yeah. I get one a week. That's my quota. I got one a week. How's the North looking? Still very divided. I think we played an unjust influence on the North. GVN, I'd like to be your friend again so you'd stop stealing all my trade. Let the choo-choos roll, baby. Corgi, can you add me in Discord? No, I do not add anyone in Discord. Who is this trying to work? Oh, no. Where did all my warships go? Did my warships get bombed? Yeah, they all got destroyed. Bro, when will you go live in Dummynation again? Next week. Yeah, sorry to disappoint anyone who's just a real Dummynation enjoyer, but it's a once a week thing. Launch the attacks. Go. Go. Yeah. Not gonna do much. Not gonna do much. I built SAM sites everywhere. Let your SAM sites work against you, Tricks. Okay. Oh, Trix is up there. Oh, God. Did not see that. I thought I just eliminated him. I wouldn't have fought him if I knew he was over there. I will say that. Who's yellow and what? 3 dots? Why are you fighting me? More pumpkin. So you stop this, Tricks? Oh, you got that one. But I got everything else. One of these is gonna get through. One of these will get through. Got him. Beautiful. Nice diff. Launch that. Here I am, a simple man, doing a simple war, and it brings the whole world involved. I am a victim. I'm a victim. Dude, 3 dots. Why are you working with craft against me? My feelings are so hurt. Rude. Why is everyone firing at me, dude? Let me live my life. Three dots. Let me be your friend. Where have all my troops gone, by the way? Is it that's just because I'm getting hydrogen bombed so much? Can I point out, is there a reason everyone's targeting me? Is there a legitimate reason that all you guys are so peaceful? And that every single person's bombing me, even though I haven't even gone near you guys? Is there a legitimate reason? It's because you have the most cities? I mean, I have 17% of the land and I'm getting 100% of the bombs. Freaking eat that, dude. Holy cow. Wait, Corgi has 100 cities? Yeah, and I barely. I keep getting bombed every 2 minutes. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Holy cow. Fight for my life over here. Just to avoid getting bombed into oblivion. Merview 2. Here I am, just a quiet trade boy building 100 cities, and apparently that is reprehensible to everyone. My feelings? No one even accounted for my feelings? Hey Trix, what's going on? There's a Merv for me. Ray, I think I win this. My goodness. Everyone was my enemy, man. Everyone was my enemy. I would have thought that this raising the price of a Merv to 35 million but keep the same damage would be okay. Yeah, that is, I mean, basically what they're gonna do is what the change they're currently looking at is keeping the damage kind of the same, but lowering how many troops you keep at the end. So basically, let me read this. I'll pull it up on stream. We can talk about it. Monsters, all of you monsters. Let's see. The Merv will be changed back to its decimation, so 95% total loss for troops is basically what the kind of end game is going to be. Is because like right now you Merv like a crown, it doesn't even do anything. It legitimately doesn't even hurt them. That was a good battle. It was intense, dude. I'm gonna be straightforward with you. Nothing made me happier than people launching like 40 MIRVs or 40 bombs and then all getting picked up. That was fun for me. Holy cow. Would the boat strat still work? So boats are now going to potentially, and these are all tentative changes, but the boats are going to pick the closest target rather than fully focusing on transport ships, which should make it a little bit easier to boat in, because boating is kind of a huge problem right now. You had 117 cities after that MIRV, did I? Here. I have 119, yeah. I mean, a lot of them I picked up from here, but like my biggest 45, 24, and 12 cities survived everything. Is that the next update? That is potentially the next update. It could also be a hot fix. We'll see. We'll see. I know a lot of people, like the UI update. I talked about this one, but basically the radius of this menu needs to be like higher than the radius of this menu, because you often nuke yourself. I did in this game. So basically the idea, they said that could be one. They're working on UI, but that'll be a change that takes a while. MIRVs could be immediately fixed. We'll see. That could be a more quick fix, if you will. I mean, when you get MIRVed and full send all your troops on a boat, then after MIRV, you send the boat back. I mean, potentially, I mean, there's a chance your transport ship gets nuked, and that's if you have safe waters that like no other warship would target it on. But yeah, that's kind of the game plan for what's coming next. One more game. I'm gonna be honest with you. No, I gotta edit Dummynation. Otherwise, I would say yes. We'll play a lot of Open Front tomorrow, though. It'll just be Open Front and Territory tomorrow, so we'll get a lot of Open Front games in. You lose a lot of troops when retreating, I think. That could be true. But that's going to do it for today, boys. Hope you guys had fun. I had fun. I'll see everybody mañana. Bye-bye.